Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Dan the Man coming at you from the 60s Rule Channel. And as you can see over here, we're at a different location other than the hobby room because what I'm about to show you here, this unique barn find themed diorama is kind of large and it won't fit on my desk. So we're here at the in the dining room, on the dining room table, and I got it on a little turntable there, and it barely fits on it. I hope it doesn't fall off. And yeah, so this diorama here, I was inspired to build this thing. I went to a show, I think it was my first NNL show, NNL Lisa, it was in 2012, and I was looking at the dioramas. I saw a diorama and was depicting a scene, a garage scene. Guy was working on his, hot rod, and there was so much detail in it. And I ended up staring at this thing for about 20 minutes because it was just so cool. And I got inspired by that, and I went home and I said, I'm going to build a diorama, and I drew it out, made plans for it. And this is what I came up with, guys. I eventually got so into this thing the entire year. It was 2012, carried over to 2013, almost a year. I worked on this exclusively. I did not build any models that year, just concentrated on this. Worked nights, came home at night, put an hour into it almost every single day. And even after I completed, I was always adding, bits and pieces here and there. So, yeah, this is the barn find themed diorama. There's so much to show you guys. Hope you stick around to the end, And it started out with this. And I got one little cool feature over here. Some of you guys who went to the show, the NNL East, I had this on display. This mechanism over here, it took about a month just to figure out all the engineering and to get this to work. So, right over here, this is interactive. See, press and hold button to relieve bar fine. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to press the button. I just put new batteries. Hopefully it works and doesn't make a fool out of me. So there you go. How cool is that, huh? I just love this. Then you keep your finger on it. It's a momentary switch. And close the doors. That is so cool. So far it's been working good for me, so... Sometimes the doors stick, depending on the weather, because it's all wood, So it all started with this, I think that's a 37 chord. I tried to put that thing together and I just gave up on it. I said, you know what? It's going into barn find theme diorama. So we're depicting a scene over here. You can see Bert's brother over there. He, saw this old barn. He was curious. He went inside there and he's pulling back the tarp, and that's what he discovered, this old cord in here. So that's how it all started right there. So let's take you around this diorama. Let's go around this way over here. You can see there's an old, I don't know what that is. Is that Model A or something? But man, it's been sitting there a long time, man. You can tell. The seats are all torn up over there. Got some broken glass over there. Yeah, we just rusted the whole thing up, man. Yeah, that's been sitting there a long time. You can see all the weeds growing up through the frame over there. And you can see I love ghost signs. You can see there's a lot of ghost signs on there. What does it say? Becker's Hardware. Here's another ghost sign over here too. You can see that. What does it say? Overalls? Yeah. It's all faded. And a couple of broken windows over here. And here's a little fence with some more advertising. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, this was a lot of fun, man. I'm telling you, I really enjoyed building this thing. And we got some ivy growing up there too. And even if you look through this old broken window over here, you can see some old cans there too. And yeah, you know what's funny about this, guys? First time I put this in a show, some guy told me, he said, boy, you got everything in this diorama except the kitchen sink. And I said, well, you didn't look hard enough because there's the kitchen sink. So let's go around this side over here. You know what? I'm walking around this thing. I should just spin it, dummy. It's on the turntable. Yeah, an old cement mixer back there, yeah. Some of these pieces here I bought from Larry G Scale. He's on eBay. And G-scale is pretty darn close to 1/24 at 1/25 scale. So if you guys are interested in putting some accessories in your dioramas, go to Larry G-scale on eBay. Yeah, he's got really nice stuff there. And some more windows with broken glass. All right, come around the back end over here too. We got an old pump there. Well, I'm surprised the glass is still there. How about that? Really neat, huh? There's an old toilet back there. Looks like a fender. Yep. Of course, you can't have a diorama without some old motorcycles laying around, right? So let's go around this to get an overall shot. Yeah, when you scratch built that fence over there. That's really cool. And all these buildings that you see here, guys, on the diorama. Let's get an overall view over here again. Yeah, that barn, that was all scratch built, right? And that J&J's tire service, that was also all scratch built. So let's go back around this side, get some more natural light in here so you can see this. We'll start in the back over here. Yeah, there's that 12. We got an air compressor, an old block. There's even a couple of parking meters there, guys. Check that out, huh? Yeah. Some old lumber, some parts. There's an old axle sitting there as well. Even got a bathtub, guys. Yeah, somebody just threw a whole bunch of stuff in old tires. There's an old little toolbox there. Little Chevy, they kept all their tools and stuff, little rope. And some more ghost signs over there. What does that say there? Wheeling Office Supply and Company since 1945. Yeah, and here's another sign back here. Let's see if I can get you inside there, guys. Can you guys see that? Yeah, some more ghost signs right there. Back out a little bit over here. Let's check out this JJ Tire Service. Yeah, I just printed that up. And then I did that on my printer and just glued it there. And then what you do, guys, you see all that crackling effect there? That's done very easily. You just lay down your white glue, your PVA, and then you paint your acrylic right on top of it. And then when the glue shrinks, it crackles like that. That's how you get that old cracked effect over there. So that's how we did that. We added some moss and the roof. Actually, this is actually a paper towel, guys, believe it or not. That's how I made that roof over there. Just weathered it, you know. And we got some more old tools, tires, jack stands, everything that was laying around the parts box. Used tire, that rack, I scratch built that rack, used tires. That's pretty neat. Old oil drum there. I think that says Castro on there. Yeah, fresh oil, baby. Yeah. And another ghost sign over there. Let's check the back side over here. Yeah, we got another ghost sign here. And a couple of tanks. Pretty neat. And we'll go over here. Got this old Chevy pickup truck. Yeah, it's been sitting here for a while, huh? Now you see these brakes over here? I don't know if you're going to get a close-up, but those parts, there was a guy, Daniel, I forgot his last name. He had a website called Scenes Unlimited, and he had awesome parts, you know. And you can see back here as well. He sold all these little parts, axles and drums, all these kits, you know. He sold all these lanterns too, these light fixtures you can put on your diorama, you know, electrical boxes, but he's not in business anymore. So yeah, I think You know, COVID, man, put a lot of people out of business, but I wish he was still around. He had great parts. And here's the back of the truck right there. Some old chain back there as well. Yeah, guys, there's so much stuff on here to show you, man. We're not even half done yet. And that hoist, I scratch built that, guys. That was fun, man. I'm telling you, that was a lot of fun. You can see they're ready to pull an engine out over there, and just I guess they gave up on it and just let it sit here, you know. And here's a shot of the front of it, and we'll slide on over here. Yeah, got an old mailbox. Hey, there's a package in there. Hey, what's going on, man? Maybe there's a model kit in there. And that's that mailbox is actually sitting on a spring and a transmission. And we go Chevy Impala. That's been there for a while. You see a bunch of weeds and foliage growing out of there. Yep. What else is down there? Let's see what's down there. Yeah, some exhaust pipes. Yeah. Some old drums too sitting back there. All right, guys, let's go inside the barn. Yeah. So here's a shot. This is what you would see if you were first going into the barn. And yeah, we put a lot of detail in this, guys. A lot of detail. Look on the left over there. I don't know if you can see that or not. I got an old trophy case back there. I scratch built that as well. That's really cool. Let's get the top view over here. Now, I only put a partial roof on here because, you know, I wanted everything to be, you know, visual, you know. So, you know, it's all, you know, you can see it's all crumbling and falling apart. But, you know, that's what you would see on these old barns, you know. And let's see if we can get a little closer over here. Yeah, that refrigerator also came from Larry G. Scale, believe it or not. And there's, what's on top over there? Oh, look at this. We even got a plate with eating utensils. Looks like a radio, maybe a portable TV. Or there's a couple old vintage signs in there as well. Of course, you got another motorcycle there. Couple old bikes. Check that out, man. Set of tires and rims. That looks like an old Schwinn back there. I used to have an old Schwinn like that with the banana seat on it. That's really cool. Oh, we got an old sled. Yeah, an old sled sitting there. Shelf with parts, cans. Pretty cool stuff, man. And let's see what's in the back here. Oh man, check this out. Yep, we got an old candy machine, a Coke machine, and we even have an old cigarette machine. And a lot of cardboard. Let me see, this is not really glued down. Let me see if I can get a better shot at that cigarette machine. There you go. There's the old cigarette machine back there. Check that out. Pretty cool. And yeah, we got a bunch of old license plates up there. Yep, got to have license plates. Lantern. Looks like an old wooden barrel in there too. More toolboxes. How about that? In the corner here, even got a TV. Hey, remember those guys? Those big old console TVs? Another wooden barrel. Yeah, another bike. This guy liked to collect bikes, huh? Old rusted out block sitting there. All right, let's swing this around this way. We get a better shot at the workbench over here. Yeah, they had a little workbench. Oh, somebody was putting headers on their car. And what is that? Chilton's manual. Man, when's the last time you seen one of those, huh? Yeah, we got an old vise too, you know. All his tools are hanging up there on the rack. Crane cams. And over here we got more. I don't know if I can get my camera in. I'm trying to get a good angle for you guys so you can see all this detail in there. Yeah, a lot of detail, yeah. Someone was doing a brake job there. And let me see if I can get you inside. There's that trophy case I was telling you about earlier. Yep. Pretty neat stuff, man. I think that's about it, guys. Let's see. Did I get everything? Yeah, I think I got every single shot for you. So we'll just, we'll come up here, we'll give you a bird's eye view of what this thing looks like. Let's go around this way a little bit. And we'll close the doors one more time, guys, for you. Yeah, I have a blast, man. I had a blast building this, and every once in a while I take it out. I got friends and family come over, and my wife says, "Hey, take out your diorama," because it's really, it's I got this up way in the closet buried, so it's the only place I could put it. You know, I think it's about almost 24 inches by 18 inches. Yeah, it's very large. It's something that's not going to fit on a shelf. So. Well, guys and gals, I hope you enjoyed this installment of Dioramas with Dan the Man. I'm having a blast doing this. I'm getting such great feedback from you guys and gals. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all my subscribers and everyone who comments on my videos. And even if you don't comment, I appreciate you watching and stopping by, you know. And before we go, you know, prayers to everyone who needs them because, you know, a lot of people out there, including myself, we were going through some tough times, but, you know, we're dealing with it the best we can. So, all right, guys and gals, I'm out of here. Remember, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Guys, take care, be safe, and keep on building.